right now, I mean, Posto is doing his best to stay alive behind this vehicle and kind of get rid of the rest of the dynamic, because what that would do is open up some control here, either for a split on these two, for a 2-2 Trog, and just get rid of a team that they know would be in the area, creating more space, obviously, is what they want. So it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to go for the push, and that's it. Dynamic's out of there, baby.
Before Circle 2 even hits, Dynamic is out. We do have Shoot to Kill that is going to be rotating on the very far west of Severny. They're kind of coming along this path where Peak is positioned at. They've been taking some shots at each other. Alo's playing a very far back, right up against that coastline, using those rocks for cover. But it is going to be almost a 1-2-3 punch coming out from the different angles that Shoot to Kill's managed to set up. And Peak, I don't know, it's not feeling too good, and that's a strong compound.
Peak is just hard peeking, man. There's shots. Damage is going back and forth, and this is a very strong compound in this circle to hold, just because of the options it gives you. But Peak really needs to defend against STK. They're getting pushed back. Lauren is already down, and Kurt now with another angle stuck behind a tree is VHC. Excuse me, HVZ. Apologies.
Hey, look, it's all rhymes and alliteration, man. I'm with you. But, okay, so now Shoot to Kills managed to pick up their kill that they wanted to get out of that one. It's going to go over to Pinta, waiting for the circle to kind of collapse in. FB being one of our tail end teams to kind of come into this one. You can see most people playing north of the river, making the expectation that that's going to be how the circle has to go due to the fact that there's so much water in the northern sections of it. But we have seen some shift ups coming in, and we're actually going to keep a lot of water and Stalber inside of this one. So imagine Severny not even in this northern circle. It's more north than that. That's crazy.
A disgusting shift, man. That's it. If
That's
I'm a
weird.
player and I'm looking at this, if I'm Sonics or just anyone, I'm just like, man, this shift sucks. This is a really awkward shift. There's still so much water in play, on top of the fact that most playable area is already being occupied, Matt.
And remember that Dynamic was driving around in here for so long, and they wanted to move back down into that southwest. Ask in chat for Dynamic as the circle goes exactly where they were once at.
I mean, I'm going to comment on that, man. They really didn't need to drive that far, right? Sometimes doing too much is the issue. They could have sat back, potentially played an edge, or even just held down and waited for the shift. I really would have wished for more patience from them.
Well, SDK's patience paid off as they are going to pick up Peak, and now they've got a clean path all the way to the circle. Severny's already been extricated. Sonic's making a quick spin through, already lost Tiggleton. Rip my fantasy squad. As they're going to continue on their merry way, they do have somebody that's cutting a path right up in front of them, but it's going to be Elevate that's going to be falling through, and yet another ghost car. What is with ghost cars today?
Oh, Mime! A little tumble.
Barrel roll.
Oh, he's spinning still. Yep, he's going to do another one. I think he recovers here, but look at this. The other two members, while Mime is actually flipping, it's Third Eye, and Sonic's getting in a fight here, and this is not great. Numbers are in Third Eye's corner, and look at this. Win is just taking shots behind him.
This has just gotten so messy for Sonics, and it's just a system of the, like, what's all going on. You got to give it, though. Mime is still alive back behind this. He's not comfy. It is Shrimsy that has now gone down. H1 just trying to hold himself together there. He's got FF on one side, Elevate on the other, but with that Gats knock, he at least gets something to work with. Now, Adam is going to get taken down by Pippa as well as Flushed, so Third Eye cannot continue any press into what really Sonics are doing. It's going to be Elevate from this high ground position that can do something to them.
Third Eye had the numbers because of Mime's flip. Mime now finds himself stuck in the field trying to just get back with these smokes while the other two members are fighting not only Elevate but Third Eye. And that turn from Huynh was absolutely huge in keeping them alive. Otherwise their back would be exposed here. And they actually might recover because of this. Massive play from Huynh.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to make the play, and you got to love it when the IGLs can take the game into their own hands. Now going to go ahead and get out of that position. Mime is still kind of stuck back there, but at this point, just send it in the ocean at least. I mean, that's at least some type of cover, right? I think that they are going to bypass that. And there are actually some open compounds that are still to this northeastern area.
Yeah, the northeast is almost completely clean. The only team that's there is Systematicos, and they're kind of just tucked in still on the high hill. Mime is just going to go down. It is what it is. But the fact that they've managed to make it 2 out with that shift coming from the west side of Severny speak volumes of their tenacity, because that was a very hairy situation for Sonics, especially after losing Tig immediately out of the vehicle on the rotation.
This is going to be really weird, specifically when we're looking at Stalber itself and how much of Stalber is in play, because we still have the peak of Stalber that we're looking at, and we're kind of catching in with what's happening over there as LG do have like a defensive line up against FB. We got 0-0 that's kind of looking in, Decimate kind of spread around the lower mid sections of Stalber itself before we get into like the Fumba that's down below that. Now, I'm kind of curious with the way that this is set up. We're like, how do you defend around this? Because this is just going to make it even more complicated.
What the heck? Look at the shift.
The absolute hell? Like the circle follows, and right now, Shrimsy and Hwin are the center of the circle. What is happening today?
I don't know what in the HE double hockey sticks is going on here, Matthew, but this is wild. This is a wild shift all the way north, absolutely devastating any playable area just to the south of Stauber. I mean, that has all completely come out. Stauber's not even in the circle anymore, right? So all these teams in the back line are going to flood on the south side. Dude, this is ridiculous. We deserve this. We gave up Miramar. We deserve the circle.
We did give up Miramar in some really good games. I didn't get Oasis, so this is what I get in return. All right, Spam, you're going to send it in, and it looks like you're going to be running right into the duo for Sonics. We do have Elevate that's over here with the remnants of Third Eye, but nobody really taking any shots into that one. We do have a very hard gate kept position with this, so Spam managed to make it in, getting into this point, finding themselves a very good point that they can defend up from.
Yeah, if Spam can actually, they can play underneath Sonics, right? There's this massive ridge near the beach where they can just take their time. They don't necessarily need to push Sonics. I would like for them to realize it's a duo and put that pressure on just so they can take complete control. But for the time being, they're okay. Sonics is not going to push out of that unless they see a knock or unless they hear something or see an opportunity, right? So they're actually, both those teams are going to be all right. SDK rotating in right now, they're going to have to deal with a lot of that kind of tumultuous area in that southwest, Matt. And it does look like indeed Luminosity as well is going to have to deal with the southern edge as we see Decimate down there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, SDK trying to make the path through there, maybe hoping the fact that LG will distract Decimate. But, I mean, this is a precarious path that they're going to have to try to go through. They're still going to even be what? I mean, 0-0 has some players. Fumba, yeah. Trigus even come up now.
There's no choice at this point. All these teams stuck on the southern edge are just going to have to fight, Matt, and it's going to come down to who wants it more.
Well, SDK has been hungry today. Let's see if they can find themselves something to nom on as Fumba now taking shots into Troglodytes. Troglodytes bolds a path right next to FF and Fumba. They have lost one in Rusty Zero. He's already been flushed out, but did manage to at least get by that. Elevate is going to go ahead and spot out Oldless, so Third Eye is going to be eliminated. Their hunt up after Troglodytes is going to be problematic now.
Okay, here we go. It is going to be problematic, I agree, but this is also problematic for the Sonics. If Spam actually decide to push this and coordinate this well enough to get the trades, they should be able to clean up Sonics fairly easily and take control of the north side. And that next shift is still going to be in, right? Because even with water getting cut out, they're still going to have playable area, and they're still going to be inside circle.
So many massive fights about to break out right now. As you can see that it is going to be shoot to kill, trying to make the press in. You can see that they've gotten very good at trying to do these split positions, but Purdy's already going to go down. Pinta does at least get some vision, but there's nowhere to really hide. Alo's taken so much damage. Shoot to kill just trying to cling to life over here, and it's going to be friendly fire that's just taking some shots right into their backside. But with this, STK is starting to manage to right the ship. They're getting their health back up into a better position. It's Fiumba on the receiving end of it. Now with just one member up, the circle continued to shift up into the north. So after this firefight, STK has still got to move, but it is going to be 0-0 that's coming down on an opposite flank. Vegas has got to see this with shoot to kill. Now making this reposition around, they have got to have some type of awareness. What's going to go? No, it's going to be Gizera that gets the knock on to Pinta. Vegas trying to hold it out. He's going to go down. Now it is just Alo, and the two teams that were lined up against each other now being pounced on as FF is coming up back behind this. The Sonics fight still going to be going on while we still have also LG taking a fight into, I believe that is Decimate.
Yeah, and look at this. Friendly Fire, who has showed aggression in the past, is pushing up on the back of this, and they desperately need these kills. They need to take this position, and they need to take it away from 0-0 Nation, who just, as you said, clean wiped STK off of the fight that they just had with Fumba. So now, Fumba crunched in the middle, and they're still not in. It's just VHC who holds the foothold in the circle down to the southwest. As we now move over towards the south, it's Decimate. It's Luminosity. The numbers seem to be in Decimate's favor. One down, Flood already out of there. Kickstart, can he make the play? He sees some heads. He's taking some shots. Matt, it's a bad spot for Kick.
He's got to be in a hero position, and he's already blinded up. He gets spotted. Snickers drops at the same time. It looks like all of our top three teams are about to go down. Rillo gives it a hero's try, but he's going to get eliminated. So with this, LG, Sonics, STK all drop. Troglodytes in some trouble as well. All of our middle-of-the-pack teams now seeing the opportunity, and it's a matter of who can seize it.
Who can seize it first, indeed? And as we heard the desk say, is this going to be a trend? Are the top teams going to once again close out the last 2 games? And starting in game 4, I'd say no. All 3 teams at the top are down, and now this opens a massive door for the teams vying for that 4th place spot. And Trog, of all the teams, is still alive, recovering in that send as we now go to the other side of the circle.
This has just been a catastrophe. This is just absolute carnage. FF has been a pretty big beneficiary of this. You can see the fact that they're sitting on 5 kills right now. They've been kind of tail ending behind everything. I believe that Emmy is still up. He's inside the zone for Fiumba right now, just hoping, waiting for these guys to move. But I mean, FF, now you've got to deal with the Troglodytes line, and Troglodytes, this is your opportunity. 30 points to try to catch up to STK. You've got kills being delivered to you on a silver platter, but Necro's already gone down. Oza spots it out, but he's going to get dropped as well. Are we going to lose the entirety of our top 5?
I think we are. It's just down to 1 member now. It's 1 member for Trog. And FF with 7 kills, they have control, finally some semblance of control on this western edge, and Spam above them is starting to split, but it's Kill Demo, and he's out. The top 5 is out of there. The door's wide open, Matt.
Corsac making it work right now. Elevate, living up to their name, looking back down at everybody that's down below them, don't have the cleanest of sightlines. They're at least hearing and following everything that's going to be going on. New Circle is going to land right on top of them. So now that means the fact that Decimate's going to have to move. You can see 0-0 going to have to make a move.
刚刚前面都是无声的世界哦，反正那个也是复习内容。现在我们教一个升阶的方式，就是这个放在第一个位置，那你就填嘛。这个刚刚是什么 ？Y21。就填在这里啊 ，Y2
I actually really like this proactivity from Spam. They're really starting to show that they can actually do well in
对吧？因为是这样子的嘛，对不对？那接下来你这个放在第2个位置，那要放在哪里？你会放在这里还是放在这里？啊，都可以的。但是这个位置数嘛，所以我们看要放在哪边都可以，反正它形状是不会改变，然后就放在这里。它负号的是它的自带的那个。
They might be wrapping around to the south. Synergy is going to be along this pathing, down a little bit below them. But
哎呀，这样不好哎，因为这边都是减 Y1，所以好像放在这里比较好。
So even if they do manage to make it
Y
past Synergy,
哎，这样就减 Y1很正常。我们放在这里好。然后呢，反正这个是负号嘛，它本身就要负号嘛，那没事。那接下来是这个要写 Z2，哎，这个也写 Z2了，对不对？
I don't want to see this team just get in a car and send it down and hope that it works out. Last game, they did very well, but they were also given 6 shifts. So I want to see what they can do in this situation.
Now, I mean, it's a matter of everybody having to chase circles this time, it feels like. So, funny business, seeing what's spotted. Got an idea on what's going on. I don't know if T-Stock realizes exactly how close Pippa is to him, because Pippa is just right on the opposite side of that rock over there. So,
and he's not even prone either. So, I mean, he's just over that ridge. That Molly is going to catch.
可能你在放 Y1 减 Y1 的时候，好像有点正负上的。
Kizera now going for the second one. He should find it, but just at the end.
All right, Decimate decides that they're going to roll down into this FB position. Goes right by Pippa as well. So
我知道跟课本上一样，可是你在重放的时候，可以吗？大家都能接受。
But he gets instantly dropped. Decimate now down to just 2 members. They're going to have the zone coming back behind him, and FB still sitting with 3. Know exactly where they are.
Yeah, but FB doing a really great job here of holding that eastern edge, putting the pressure on them and backing up when they needed to. That's the most important thing here. FB could have
我这边写的时候写错，
tried to take that fight a little bit more.
我这边写的时候写错，这边没有负号，对，因为我刚刚是按照从右边输跑马灯过去的方式的。 所以我这样子写，但是如果你要把那个负号提出来的话，就是要 X 跟自己的位置交换，所以我这边刚刚多写一个。所以在内机的时候，如果我要写这个负号的话，我在内机的时候就必须把这个反转过，所以这边就是 X 这边的 Z， 那就会跟它方向一样。对，我刚刚在上面的时候多写一个符号。Sorry。
Finally, we also do
好的
spam and FB
没事，
having to
难
chase
怪
the
怪怪
circles and not inside the
对
net.
对
They're gonna have to walk into elevate.
所以这个决定的平面就是等于
0。
那个3个内机三阶向量3阶 Y 3阶行列式等于0。
And although they kind of shift a little bit towards the east, they're still on the
束
edge. They've really made no forward progression, and this is now going to be the challenge. Elevate with the high ground should be able to pick them off fairly easily, but also you have
那个法向
just
量 N 哦，
off to
要
their
记得
south
哦。
with full angles.
好
Taylor's been knocked, but they're going to have to deal with how to elevate eventually at
要不要
some
开
point.
冷气？好像需要。
Elevate, and you can see the position where they're looking down into where Spam is. They keep hearing the firefights up the hillside as well, so they have to make sure that they're keeping at least the posteriors as clear as possible with where we see a 0-0 coming out from it. Spam, how are you wanting to move through this? Smoke's now down. Vehicles have been prepped. They're trying to bypass. Elevate does have some vision into this, but not the cleanest of sight lines. With what's going to be happening, looks like they're going to be trying to move right up next to where FB is. But FB is kind of caught up in their own drama at the time. It's going to be friendly fire, getting the knock on Honey Badger. That could be the opportunity that Spam desperately needs.
Absolutely, this is huge. Friendly fire with the ones in that rear position there from Elevate, giving Spam a potential window, but they're still not out of the clear yet as we see Magi taking shots down towards 0-0 Nation as well. Elevate now have been pinched. That's kind of the risk of holding that middle circle position so early, especially when it's this far north and inside.
第三截距式，截距式是什么呢？一个平面如果交 x y 轴 z 轴于3个点的话，那这个平面方程式为什么？然后 A、B、C 不等于零。哎呀，就是如果我们截距式嘛，就是你不能通过原点嘛，所以呢，你这3个轴都要有交点，就表示你不愿通过原点。你 A、B、C 都不等于0哦 ，A、B、C 都不等于0啊。什么叫截距式？你以前有学过截距式吗？在这个截距式 ，x 的截距是 a，y 的截距是 b， 然后一条线截下来，截距是不是叫 a 分之 x 加 b 分之 y 等于1，对不对？平面的截距式，那空间的呢？空间的，有 x、y、z， 那这不是 a， 那这个不是 b， 那这个不是 c， 随便来。然后你什么平面怎么会同时跨这个啊？你想象一下，三角形是一个面，然后这三角形还会再延伸出去，整个面就这样子盖在这一个，就这样啪。盖上去这样子，那就会截出跟3个轴截出3个交点，对吧？就盖上去 ，OK 吗？那首先你看到的是这个三角形，但是其实是一个平面盖上去，卡在那3个点上。那卡完这3个点呢，我们截距是怎么写？会不会就是 a 分之 x 哦。是这个样子吗？来，请看公式。代志敢有像戆人所想的这么简单？你甘愿来做戆人？你不是脑袋空空？哎，真的是，哇，不是头脑空空。我是一架蜜糖，怎么少了一个否定词呢？所以他就这样子了。我是 Can you prove？ 北山。那怎么证明？啊，他公式就这样子哦。如果你有截距式的话，记得哦，可以直接记得吗？证明你可以用。证明也蛮简单的啦，来，好，我们要大胆相信，小心求证 ，OK 哦，来证明，告诉你怎么证明，其实蛮简单的。这个证明的方法就是利用刚刚的3点式。听好，来这里有哪3个点？有，这里看到没有？这叫 A00， 这叫0B0， 这叫0B0C。刚刚的3点是什么3点呢？来，行列式 x 减 y 减 z 减什么呢？减1，大家都跟1作对就好。听好哦，你减的东西，刚刚那个行列3阶行列式里面减的人全部都是1，对不对？就是1倒霉，你就设定1倒霉就可以了。看到那3阶行列式的公式吗？就是1倒霉，所以你全部都减同一个点，我全部都减 A， 所以我这边减的是 A， 你减的是0，然后这边是减 A 减0减0减 A 减0减0，然后填 B 进来0 B 0 0 0 C 等于0，你弄出来就是那样子，就是这个样子。 那这个样子变什么呢？来，全部乘起来，b 乘 c 乘 x， 这个没东西，这一条没东西，因为这条是0，没东西。这条有没有东西？没东西，因为是0啊。这条有没有东西？有负 a 负 ac。负的负 a 负 y， 然后还在这负 a， 那是反的，所以是正 a c y 可以吗？正 a b z。还有一个 a b c 呢？还有一个 a b c 呢？在那句。啊，对不起，这边乘的时候乘错了，这边不只是 B C 克斯，这边还有减 A B C， 这里还有减 A B C， 还有减，这两个例子，还有忽略负 A 的地位。好，那它等于0，来等于0之后呢，把这个 A B C 移到右边去 ，B C X 加 A C Y 加 A B Z 就会等于 A B C 哦。同除 A B C， 公式出来。同除 A B C， 它就变成了 A 分之 X 加 B 分之 Y 加 C 分之 Z 等于1了。证明完毕，可以吗？行。所以这个证明就是用前面的东西一直往前走。啊你用这个方式证明，你就熟悉了一次3.4。啊，你3.4用点法式的分析证明，那你就熟悉了一次点法式，所以就不断的往前推，不断往前滚，你的能力就越滚越大，还是你的问题就越滚越多？到底是哪一边呢？通常是后者。老师，我前面就听不懂了，所以那个滚雪球就会越滚越大。那现在呢？如果有4个点共平面，那会发生什么事呢？根据刚刚的3.4的行列式，如果你现在呢有4个点共平面的话，请你听听，我们行列式是说什么？行列式说我有3个点在平面上。啊，我先教一次东西啊，来，直线方程式2.4是在说什么？直线方程式2.4是说。我呢有2个点在直线上，然后呢我就会写出 x 减 x1分之 y 减 y1等于 x2 减 x1分之 y2 减 y1， 对吧？必须等于斜率，对吗？那如果3个点在直线上会发生什么事？3个点在直线上哦，就会发生比例相等的惨案，就是你用 y3 减 y1去。x3 减 x1 一定要等于 x2 减 x1分之 y2 减 y1， 或者是另外2个的组合，所以就会发生比例一定要相等，就是斜率一定要相等的惨案。它没办法让你写出直线方程式，但是它可以让你写出这个等式啊，它可以让你写出这个等式。那写出这个等式又怎么了？因为有时候我们题目喜欢挖洞，挖什么洞？我们喜欢，比如说在这里挖一个 x， 然后给你一个5。在这里挖另外一个 x， 然后给你一个其他的东西，然后挖了这些洞的时候呢，就叫你去解出那些 x 是什么东西，对不对？那在遇到题目挖洞的时候，你无论如何你就把它丢进这里面，啊，不管它挖哪一个洞，反正你的等式是成立的。既然等式是成立的，就可以反解那个未知数出来，对吧？可以理解它为什么要想3点贡献这个道理。那在平面上，刚刚我们在说，在平面上有3个点。当我们有3个点的时候，我们有一个描述平面方程式的行列式矩阵。我们这行列式矩阵就是 x 减 x1 啊，减 y1 啊，减 y1 对，减 z1， 然后减 x1 减 y1 减 z1， 然后减，然后呢放鞭炮，外面再放，一直放。那这样放完之后，你就有这个东西，你就这样写出方程式的那个内容。那万一你有第4个已知点，会发生什么事？万一你有第4个已知点，就表示 这个已知点呢，必须取代这个未知数的地位，然后让整个行列式是有这个等式的，所以它就变成了没有未知数的一个等式。那这个没有未知数就表示你喜欢在哪里挖出未知数都可以随便你，反正你就是要符合这个行列式等于零。这个就是4点贡献这4点共平面改成那个第4个点而已。那你要符合这个行列式等于0，你就可以宣称它4点贡献。那这是在干嘛呢？因为有时候你4个点带进去行列式里面，如果你发现它4个点共平面的话，那表示你这第4个点的资讯是不必要的，你就，也就是说这4个点只能创造出一个平面来，不能创造出其他。本来说任3点可以创造出一个平面嘛，对不对？但是万一你4个点在同一个平面上，那你自始至终就只有一个平面，不会有其他额外的，比如说4个平面。因为空间上4个点理论上是4面体，所以会是4个平面方程式。可是它现在你检查出这个等于0之后，就表示这4个点其实只有一个平面，对，就是利用这种概念去反推，行吗？好，所以如果你检查出行列式等于0的话，记得哈，这叫共平面。第二，平面方程式，补充平面方程式131页 ，xy 平面的方程式是什么？我跟你说哦 ，xy 平面方程式蛮简单的。为什么？说 xy 平面方程式蛮简单的 ，xy 平面方程式你想一下就好。xy 平面方程式你们也学过啊。xy 平面上呢，全部的 z 都等于0，因为它就没有 z 嘛，对不对？所以它的方程式就是 z 等于0。那如果你要验证 xy 平面的方程式等于 z 等于0的话，为 z 等于0的话，你就在 xy 平面上随便找3个点，你就让它称 z。很酷。那相同的道理就记住就好 ，x z 就是 y 等于0，是吗？然后 y z 就是 x 等于0。行不行？可以有。那补充一下，那 x 轴方程式。
16K Club, 16K Club, 9 of them going to Korosak himself. Like, they have been getting the kills the first couple of rounds today, and they finally get the place.
直线方程式，空间中直线方程式，我们还没教。空间直线方程式还没教，现在教的是平面方程式。好，我跟你说，空间中的直线可以用联立的方式呈现。你就联立，如果是 x 轴的话，你就让这2个平面联立起来。xy 平面跟 xz 平面的交界线就是 x 轴，对吧？所以你就把它联立起来，你就是联立 y 等于0跟 z 等于0，对，就是 z 等于0跟 y 等于0结合起来，但是只是说你要同时成立。而不是它不是一个这样子方程式，是组合起来才是一个方程式。那以后还会再学另外一种方式，就是用参数式来写。参数式就是冷静，参数式蛮容易的，它蛮容易描述东西的。可是你要学习，你要适应那个概念。所以如果是 x 轴的话，空间中直线会利用。第一种方式叫2平面联立，第二种方式是参数式，你还没学，后续还会再教，我们讲快一点，所以补充一下而已嘛。现在就算不写上也没关系。需要讲例子吗？需要讲例子吗？我们来看看例题1就好，看看例题1，简单的看，会不会？干嘛？你先过名是不是
？You want to talk about a shockingly long expiration date in that game? It is them. They walk away with 15.
结果你比我先
impressed, and 00 Nation gets themselves 10. Elevate also showing up. But let's go to the overall leaderboard because that is where the chase is on. Luminosity does stay in front. Sonic's right behind him. STK closes the gap. So the money race, we will be following, right? We'll be following that. But right now, it's all about that fourth because of how massive the climb is. Friendly Fire went from 15th to 4th in a day. More importantly, 11th to 4th in a game.
应该太久没追，又追了积很多灰尘。以后还在室内，这么容易积灰尘吗？立体一。
play their game. I guess, shoot, who am I to tell? Just
132页，3个点是空间中的点。那我们要求通过这3个点的平面方程式。来，各位同学，请利用你的行列式公式解决它。熟悉这个公式哦。那我们要首先呢，这个行列式等于0的公式呢，我们要首先，我们开心一点去玩它，就是要挑一个受害者，就是最倒霉那个要被大家捡的那个东西。那么往往都会挑 A 哦，因为 A 就承担，老大就要承担一切。这个减2减1加1咯，因为 A 是211负1嘛，哦 ，A 是211负1，那就让他去承担一切。所以就是减2减1加1，对吗？减2减1加1。明白我要干嘛？然后 B 呢 ？B 的坐标是1负2 3。C 的坐标是3 2 1，接下来就开始填充游戏，我就填 X Y Z 1负2 3
We saw them put up a pretty good number. They started the last game in 10th place, and they also had a really good goal. Is it a change to strategy or just a ball drop by the top 3?
Who cares what it is, honestly? Whether it's a change in strategy or whether it's just a little luck going your way.
你用上面那个3点式算。好啦，我们用这个算不是很好吗？概念都一样的话，那就选一个来用嘛，对不对？如果他真的要叫你单独分离出那个法向量的时候，你再用外计算单独分离出来就好。
It's to set that road for tomorrow because it looks like it's going to be an incredibly wild race. And for those of you that maybe you're just joining us and trying to figure out why we're talking so excitedly about 4th place, it is because there are bids to our global series.
全部都有数字就很难哦。
Performers in this event, the Sonics are auto qualified because they're a partner team. So that means 4th place will very likely get to go. And it's been pretty fascinating. You know, Cameron coming into this, you guys I think referenced that I like the term 3 Kings. It's pretty obvious. The 4 Ace is off the table, or is it? Because there was a talk about Friendly Fire being those guys. And then yesterday we would have said no.
It's way too early. Again, it's way too early to make that call, and especially for Friendly Fire, who, you know, in all the previous iterations with the Rock and Sharpshot team, whether it's BBB or Dignitas or even before that Spicy Fish, they have really hot moments. Really hot moments. But we have been burned time and time again of those hot moments being flashes in the pan and then sliding all the way back down to a mediocre underwhelming position. So I think there is always the potential there. For having a fourth strong team from North America, but we need to see it happen multiple events before we can make that declaration.
So it's too early to make the call about 4 aces, but I want to call this not too early to make, and that is, who do you think wins the last game? Just for fun, who do you think gets this chicken?
整理常数
you talk about the potential of 4 aces. I have my eyes on 00 Nation. I think that they are the team. They're the team that I want to be the 4th place spot. I want to send them to our first international event. I think they can deliver. So I'm thinking they're going to win this last game.
Cam, who wins it?
Luminosity.
Ah, you say that. I say Sonics never lets us go without a day and an answer. Sonics takes this one, but I'll tell you who is going to take us home. Last cast of the day. It is Godspeed and Matchroom.
没必要，移不移都可以，不移就叫一般式，移就叫还是一般式吧，但是就是常数项在右边的一般式，行不行？很烂。所以这叫平面方程式。那通常好了，你要移就移，因为移的话看起来比较爽。移。第二小题，求 BC 线段的垂直平面方程式。哇！
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen really like a couple crazy standout performances from 0-0.
请问什么是 BC 线段的垂直平面方程式？
That's obviously with high expectations because of that roster, but so far, I mean, they're still putting up points, but not the points we expected them to.
Okay, Circle of Destiny, you have been.
总之，第一小题他希望你不要占计算空间。
Wow, Matt, we are just north. All of our circles have been north except for the first game we casted, which was dead center.
Okay.
哦
Go west.
老怪，都不用超过程，过程都自己算哦，心中了然哦，都看别人的过程哦，到时候自己就算错哦。我算错你就不算了，然后算错全部就错了。如此的信任我，然后每次我都出错。第二
I'm about it, you know. I'm about it. We went up here north last time. Did it
BC 线段
range? That was the game that, if I'm not mistaken,
垂直
LG or Sonic won. It was
LG low ground fight. Yeah.
That's right. Sonic's got devoured on that hill coming down.
Bunker looting, man.
垂直不是平面，平分面。所以他还要平分，他要在终点上平分面方程式。
I mean, shelter's fairly common for loot. Right, I mean there's really good loot there. I think we've definitely seen some.
原本的平面 A B C
It's been a while since
有一个平面。
No, actually, I don't know.
B C 在这
I don't know if it's been a while. Has it?
那 B C 的平分面，垂直平分是怎么回事？就是这个 B C 的终点上有一个点，
There's a lot of loot there. A
然
lot
后
of
在这个
teams
终
will
点
tend
上
to
有
make
一
that
个
either an alt drop or
切
if
过去
something
的
goes
垂直
awry
平
and they
面
have。to get a vehicle and drive off from their normal drop. I mean, shelters, there's a lot of loot
对
there.
吗？
As you know, there's
然后这个呢
definitely
，B
a
C
decent amount.
这个是终点哦，这是 B C 终点 ，B C 的 A。然后这个
close contained.
这个平面上呢会有一个，对不起，这个平面上会有一条，这只是这个平面会垂直 B C 啊，听得懂吗？垂直 B C， 所以我想请教一个问题哦。 BC 是这个平面的，BC 向量就是这个垂直平面的法向量。第二小题，概念用画的画出来之后，画图理解思考。所以如果你画出来的话，你跟得上就画。这个东西画出来之后，我们得知 BC 向量为该平面，为该平面法向量。BC 向量为法向量，那我就把 BC 向量当法向量就好。那这样子是不是就有法向量？那点在哪呢？这个向量有了，但是你 M 点还没有。 M 为平面上一点
I would also love for that simply
M 为
because
平
funny
面上一
business is
点。
there.
那 M 要
I
求出来，
really
法向
still
量要算出来。
appreciate the way funny business is playing. They've obviously slipped on the leaderboard.
如果 M 算出
a
来
little bit here. That's
法
because
向
of
量也算
standout
出来，
performances
那
from
就
some
可
of
以
the
使
other
用点
teams,
法
but
式了。
they're still in the mix. They're
所以
still
我们
getting
解
some
题步
kills
骤
here
就
and
是
there, and
算
their
出这两个。
positioning and their rotations are so solid. That's the one thing I'm still very impressed
请你把
about.
解题
Yes,
步
they may
骤
be getting wiped early.
搞定，好不好
Or running into a
概念
team
已
fight
经
they're
给
not
你了。
winning, but the fact of the matter is that their general gameplay and early game calls are still getting
好，
them
大家
to
请
good
研究一
positions.
下点法式。
In a good position, shoot to kill,
Yeah,
finding a good one. Yeah. This is a really, really good
Yeah,
one. A
yeah,
nice rotation.
yeah.
They didn't have to go too far. I mean, Georgia Pole team, but they're going pretty centered into this one. And again, look, the gap and those first two teams closing more and more. I mean, it's now down to what, 13 to try to creep up against Onyx?
For STK, yeah,
所
it's
以
really not that far behind. STK have done a wonderful job of closing the gap, and I mean,
其实
it
我们
was
拿到
Sonic's
问
at
题
first,
就是
now
要
it's
去
LG,
思
but
考
it's
这
the
个问
same
题
top
长什
three,
么
right?
样
I
子，所
would
以
be
画图是一切的
incredibly
基础。
surprised.
就画出来思考嘛，你才可以看到
Incredibly surprised
你要
if
用
those
哪
three
一
teams
招嘛
didn't。
那你
maintain
只有
the
3
top
招，
three
目前
going
为
into
止，
tomorrow, but I mean,
直
we'll
接被
see.
公示的行列是
Pika, you see kind of driving around.
了解它是平面
in the
上的
distance
3点，
looking for
了
a
解它
home.
是一个法向量跟点。
this area, and we saw the fact
那你
that,
看到法向量跟
last
点，
game,
或者是
it was
看不到法向量跟
STK
点，就去
kinda
找
kicked
法
them
向
out
量
of
跟
this
点。
location.
看不到3
But
个点
down
就去找
in
3个
the
点。
like
那为什么我要找法
quads,
向量呢？
bridge
因为我
camp
看不到这个
location
平
coming
面
out
上
of
我有
George
3个
Pole,
点
however you want to look at it.
我看不到
It
这
is
个
going
垂
to
直
be
平面上
dynamic. They
的
do
另
spot
外
out
2个
Sonics
点
making
在
their
哪？我只
rotation.
看到一个 M 点。
to them, but
那幸好我知道垂直，
really.
所
And
以
they don't even
垂
have all
直
their members here. Delta's going to be coming in back behind this.
Yeah, Sonics are just making their just trying to get away from
大
the
家了
south,
解这个
but
问题了
honestly,
吗
there's really not
我
that
因
many
为找不
teams
到
down
3
here
点，我
south.
才
Just
找垂
dynamic,
直
as you。said, sitting at
所以我比
Q, but I
较
don't hate that either from dynamic, right? They can camp the
习惯
bridge, maybe get a few kills
从
here
难
or
的地
there.
方入手。
Put some pressure. If they get a
糟糕
knock, they'll realize what team is ahead of them. So, you know, I like this from dynamic, patient approach. There's obviously a
你就
lot of water in, so
就
there's no rush.
至
for
少
them
你
to
在很
necessarily
不熟
go
练的时候，
north.
你要告诉自己的脑袋啊
Yeah, I mean,
啊，我只会这2招啊
I'm，kind
我
of
就用这
curious,
2招
given
找
like
你
how
怎么样？
like crazy that last
Oh, look
strike
at
was.
this.
Oh,
我只会找3点啊
man.，
或者是我只会找
This is
点
a
法式
third
啊。
compound.
那我找不到呢，
We
找不到
see
就下
some
棋
fights
喽
that we。haven't seen this
下次
in
再
a
说喽，
long
苗仔加哥来喽。
Man, you remember
对
back
不对？
in
苗仔加哥来喽。
Yep,
Well,
yep.
Peak Peak, you are just not having the best of days today. It's just
当你很弱的时候，
it's
你
been
就
rough
要
sledding
掌
for
握
them
自
the
己能
entire
把
event.
握的。
I mean, we talk
然后
about
把
like
那个
some
能
teams
把
are
握的事情
feasting.
做到最
Well,
好。
this is a team that is
这
definitely
就
on
是
the
弱者
famine
的
side
生
of it.
存之道。
Everybody else is kind of using them for their breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
And that's
哎，你
I
掌
mean,
握
that's a
的
really
你
good
在
analogy
弱
because
的情况
it's
下
always
越
been on
吃
the
越
edge,
多，
right?
哎，
They're
你
just
就会打到
constantly-
大
at
boss 啊
this。point, it's in
当
the
你还
center,
很
but
等级
they're
很
just
低的
getting
时候
crushed by，
你就要把握你
Systematico,
可以
and they're
唯
just
一打得
losing
赢
this
的
fight.
史
They
莱
shouldn't
姆
be。losing this fight, especially with the
猎杀
compound.
史莱姆，
In hand.
还是你去打
Trust,
哥
I
布林？
believe. HVZ, what you gonna do?
哥布林是杀手。
Okay, have a soda first. That's important. Systematicos,
Okay,
though,
okay.
this is big for them. They need
最好看还是
something,
进结
man.
局了。
And
哦
even
而
if
且
it's just a
完全
moral
不
victory
没有
of
跟人家
winning
客
this
气的，说死
firefight,
就死。
Sure.
team
一
in
开始
last
就让你
place,
死全家。
that just feels good.
It's a confidence booster, right? They
人家
are,
家人
as you said, sitting in last place. They really haven't
看
been
人家
able to
死
get
全
much
家。
going at all. So coming in,
最后
wiping another
最后
team
再冒出一个
regardless
同
of
父
who it
异
is
母
on
的
the
哥哥
leaderboard, that's a big
然后
boost,
再
right?
让你的
Use
后
that momentum,
你的前母
make
你
some
的
better calls.
前
You start
一个妈
climbing
妈
the leaderboard a
吃
little
掉
bit,
你
and
的
then
后
going
一个
into
妈妈，
tomorrow,
真
I
棒
mean,！make something incredible happen. But it starts with this
他的
wipe,
本能剧的
keeping four
叫妈妈
alive.
吃
So
妈
good
妈
on，Systematicos.
你们都知道吗？
Looking in, we can see
没在
that
看
it
进
is
结
what
局了。
Synergy, LG.
知道为什么进结
elevate
局
the
变
last
神
teams
作
trying to
吗？
make
是因
their
为它
way
动画做的太
into
好
the。circle.
因为那个
LG taking that
那
safe
个
path.
不
It's
是
gonna be
是
going
那个
north
立
of
体机动装
Yasnaya,
置
just around
的
the
那
lake
个画
itself.
面的流畅感
And
太顺
not too much along their sight
顺
lines.
到很像
Potentially
次世
though,
代的动画。
FF they could be bumping into.
你想想看，在
Yeah,
他
FF
之前，
is
你有
just
看
to the
过
east side of
如此
Verdi,
流畅、
and they're in
爽
that
度爆
barn,
表的战斗
just
画面？
on the top of that hill,
好
that
像没有
warehouse. And so
都往这边看萌萌妹哈，
don't
萌
really have
萌
to make
妹
any
哈
moves.
哈
I。do worry about a lot of the teams on FF sides, including themselves, SG.
所以他当时
LG,
10年
I'm
前嘛
not really
对不
worried
对
about. They'll figure it out on the east. But if that
而且
circle
那个时
shifts
候
west,
那个
Matt, that
战斗
is
画面
going
真的
to
太爽
be
了。那你知道最早做
absolute
出
hellscape
有
in
那
the
种
in the
战斗
center
速
of
度
that
感的
circle.
动画是什么？
Glorious. It's gonna be amazing. Just remember, a wise man once said, "Chaos is a ladder," and there is the
速度
potential
很
for
好，但
chaos
是
if
他
this goes
他的
west.
那个画工，
We're
他
still
的
gonna
画
be
工
a
就
couple of
是
seconds away from
在
that, as you
平
can see
面，
that
就是在那
most
个
of our teams
静止
pretty
的
comfy
漫
cozy.
画
We
的
got some crates that are gonna be
格子
landing
里
right in
面
the
做
smack
出
of
了
everything.
画出
Pretty
的
close to
速度。
spam actually,
所以
so
当时大家
might
在
give
看，
them
哇，
a
好爽
boost to
好
let
爽。
them have another good game.
Hopefully,
可是
I
现
mean,
在是动
Spam
画时代，
really
你没有在
again
动画里面
just
做出速
shut
度
me
感，
up last
你
game
就
and,
输
and
进
made
结局了
incredible。plays and made it all the way to the end game, getting even some knocks on a friendly fire. That was a tough fight for them, and they still were making it work.
前
So
篇
I
接下来第二
hope,
题
I，hope they can make some
哎，
magic
大家
out of
都
this
好
game
了
as
哦
well.
所以第二题，
LG looks like they found
解
their
出这
stopping
个
point
不
for right now, and that's
不
gonna
啰
be
嗦了，就
just
自
kind of
己算
harassing
就好，
into
反正有答
FF.
案。
Kickstar looks like he's
答案
got some
是
ideas on maybe wanting to
X 加
damage
2y 减
numbers
力
up,
等于零
but。nothing too
好，接
crazy.
下来
Look at
第二题练习一下结句式吧，好不好？他有结句，结果呢，他只告诉你结句之和，
And they're free to get them, right? There's nobody
他给你平面的，
Yeah,
他
this
给你一个
is- I
平
mean,
面
if-，
然后跟 x y 轴
there's
z 轴
anyone-
结
there's
于
God saying, hey,
结
this
句
game
之和
should-
为11的地
So
方哦。
imagine it comes in these two
好
grades,
哦
right?，
那安内嘞？
Everybody keeps
It's a
talking about
sign.
double
It's
O.
got to be a sign.
好的，各位，
Double in over there, 0-0 nation.
这是
but
怎么回事？
Spam only 1 point behind them now.
哎
Might be making their own statement.
什么叫
Two
平行于
crates
平
center
面
of the circle. I don't know. We might have a new top 5.
It's
平
possible, I mean,
行
again, if they have another big game, but
于
it all
平面
depends
的
on
时
the
候
shift. I'm really looking for this shift and how a lot of these teams react to it, whether they're leaving early for rotations on the edge or they're just kind of staying center and trying to figure out.
平行这个平面
If they want to
哎
stay and just
加
play
时
late, so we'll see. Spam obviously in a wonderful position. They even have Daryl's
加时
off there on the north coast. He's able to get a lot of information as far as rotations sending up towards him. He doesn't even need to shoot, just feeding that information.
你可以想象平行于平面
Very
是怎么回事
beneficial
吗
as？we see talking about rotations, Matt. Here comes friendly fire in between
Oh.
many teams. And this is a good
平行
rotation
直线
just
你
because they
会吗
started？moving
平行直
before
线
the
的话
pop,
就
but now
是
they can see
x 跟
exactly
y
where they
的
need to end up. It's
系
just-
数都长得
it's
一
a
样
little，sketchy,
然后
but
长
I
出这样
like
不
this
一
from
样，对不
friendly
对？
fire.
平行平
Man,
面
where
会
do you
吗？
even stop though? Because it's
会。
going to be the exact same time that
比如说
Decimate's already
我们
trying to
刚刚
do
提
their
过的
rotation. See the fact that
x y 平面是 z 等于全部的 z 都等于0的时候是 x y 平面。那如果全部的 z 都等于1呢 ？x y 的系数是0，然后只有 z 等于1。就是常数结果变成不一样，对吧？但它就是平行 x y 平面的东西嘛，对不对？就整个高它一个平面。如果我让它的常数是 k 就好了，不就吗？就平面嘛，跟这个平面平行的就是跟这个平面平行的其他方程式就一定是3x 加2y 加 z 等于某一个位置数而已。同意。平行这个。就是要这个。
That was just clean, dude. That was
那 接下来要限制。
I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know,
结局是
different teams to root for, so they're cheering for the fact that their team gets through a circle. I know how it goes.
加 Y 节
If he hits another one, just no look, trying to be caught up on what's going on.
加 Z 节
I mean, he almost that did a decent amount of
等于
damage.
11。
Yep.
As we now see
记得结局式是没管正负，
dynamic lister in this vehicle Delta, and he gets hit by the cart, slows them down. That's gonna be
那我们 X 节、Y 节、Z 节加起来的总和是11。 那我就利用这个我假设的这个方程式来写结局式。所以一开始解决目标设定
No, the slow
3X 加 2Y 加 Z 等于 K 之后，
unfortunate rotation. I mean, they still have
我们
close,
就
right? So
想办法把常数变成1，就是结局式了。所以我就除以 K。 除以 K 的时候，这个是3，它是在分子，我们不喜欢，我们就顺便把它变到分母来。
0, 0, and some trouble. 2 members already
那个是
down.
2，在分子，我们不喜欢，就顺便把它变到分母来。
Playing more east than the last time that we saw them taking this hillside is we're just getting a lot of nades chunked back and forth. People are far closer to each other than they want to.
那你看得出来 X 的结局是1/3K 了吗 ？Y 的结局是2/K 了吗
just a little
？Z 的
bit.
结局是
But, I
K，
mean,
可以吗？
it's really hard for them to tell, right? We have the
那我们就把
guns,
K
we
给
can
解
see
出来，
exactly
发现
how
K
close
等
those
于
nades are. It's
6。
really difficult for Hikerman to see, but
好
I mean, we've seen some
3/K 加
before,
2/K
and
加
just to
K
touch on Sonics, they
会等于
absolutely love
11，大家
playing
同意吗
just to the south.
有不明白的，
Somewhere
请
that they
现在
often
当
pick in
场
the circle, and they do very well from it. In fact, that first game
3
of
个结局
yesterday
加起来等于
is,
11，所以
where
解
they
出来 K
decided
会
to
等于
end up,
6。
or the second game, excuse me, of yesterday.
确实，我们的方程式就是 3X 加 2Y 加 Z 等于6。 好吗？介绍一个平行平面的观念，就是平行的时候怎么假设是啊？那平行这样子假设，它垂直怎么假设？对啊，那个平面上大灾问平行与垂直，空间上大灾问平行与垂直，它不就是在问平行与垂直？那为什么都要一直讲平行与垂直呢？因为这是最有用的东西。平行与垂直假设就是最简单的东西，讲完之后，你就要讲开始进入到不平行不垂直的时候，你就哭了。角度那边转来转去怎么办？
Also surprised about that.
所以先把最简单的平行与垂直写好，写好了。
That just messed me right up.
好，第3个求3个点的平面方程式，那因为那个 cosine tangent 的 cotangent 的有够丑，我们就先不管它了，好不好？你把 cosine 4/π变成数值，叫做45度，所以就是2根号2。tangent 4/i 45度，所以就是1。cotangent 4/3π。
Which if they get the shifts, great. Otherwise, I mean, this is basically where they're laying their nest.
可以吗？
This is where they're
你们都还会算吗 ？cotangent 4/3π，cotangent 就是 tangent 的导数啊，所以，但是它是第2象限的45度，所以也是-1跟1在那边弄的。大家都行哦。那你看到这3个点呢，都是什么0怎么0啥？那就是截距式，然后你就用那个值去导数分之那个 x 导数分之那个 y 导数分之那个 z 就可以了。行不行？那谁是 A 谁是 B 谁是 C 看清楚哦。截距式里面谁是 A 谁是 B 谁是 C 哦，在 x 上的就是 A 啦，在 y 上的就是 B， 在 z 上的就是 C。简单来说就这样，然后等于1，那就可以解出那个样子了。然后他把常数移到左边去，超奇怪的，不管它。好，目前为止，我们用那个基础的平面方程式的观念，能够写的方程式问题，大致上这样子就可以有一个练习。那接下来他要去算的东西是什么？平面1经过 P 点，在第1卦线与3坐标平面为的四面体体积最小，则平面1方程式是什么？四面体体积最小。
They've got those 2 crates, and I don't think that I would. Just hearing the sound of a couple of those guns would, Honey Badger. I don't know if you want to go that direction. He doesn't have too many other options, so I guess. I think that from that position where Spam's playing from, they've pretty much got a sight line through the entire hard west of this, all the way up to the coast.
I'm sorry, what team? I didn't hear the team you said.
Oh, Spam. They can see any movement from Elevate going north.
共平面。
Yeah, Spam has
最后做一个共平面就好了吧
Like we said, Spam had a really strong initial position. They were dead center. Now they're off center.
先看完例题8。
not better, but still just as good. Simply because, as you said, they have all these sight lines. They can just control the side man. Speaking of control,
来第8，空间中4点供平面，请你用行列式公式写一个 A 的解方出来。
We still should point out that LG is inside of Severny and is hitting Fumba from the other side, so that's a mean combo to get hit with. And now Sonic's already hopping inside their vehicles a couple of seconds before the new circle is going to pop. I feel like they've got their eyes set on a specific location, and it might be right now where Fumba's at. The Sind is coming in, and this is a good read. Smoke's already down, and just look at the.
你们有知道点到平面的距离公式吗？
Yeah, very well done.
有，所以我们不能停留在前面的问题太久。
Okay, it's actually just going to center up
就
here,
要直接快速的带过。
And look, as Sonics now goes right over Fumba. This is. Okay, this becomes a problem, right? Because if Sonics realizes that all members of Fumba are in this, they could essentially just hold them out. Even with them being encircled, they don't have to make any moves. But they're going to be trapped, Matt, completely. Like, this being trapped by the Sonics is not it, let me tell you.
The circle pop right on top of this bunker was perfect for them. They prepped up with the smokes and everything else like that. And look, just right on the edge, right where they want to be. They're capable of harassing Synergy. Synergy just has nowhere to go, man. Okay, like, really, where are you going to go after this? What, you're going to go run over next to shooting range? And there's already going to have 0-0 nation.
太强了吧？
That's
太强了吧？
Wow, man, that was very specific, but you're not wrong. You are not wrong, and I.
这可能是归
On a
功
more
于
serious note,
前
all
阵
laughing
子
aside, I'm
大量锻炼
actually
这种
kind of
等
worried
级
about
题目的
Synergy.
问
They
题
have
的关
really
系。
just dropped the ball this weekend. I mean, there's no nice way to say it. They have 25 points out of 10 games.
It's a squad we know all the names of.
Which
you've been
they
watching
should
for a
not
while.
be here.
You know these guys, so don't think the fact that we're being harsh on them or for whatever reason other than the fact that we know that they can play better than what they are right now.
No, they shouldn't be here. I mean, there's nothing about being harsh or not. They're a very good team that has a very poor performance right now. It is what it is. They have 1 day left to still make it up, but I mean that's a lot of points.
Yeah. And Fumba, look at it this way, Fumba. You have great protectors, right? So you know, as long as the fact that the circle stays around here, you're kind of okay, right? Just don't ever leave your hole. You're in your safe space, right? Just stay in your safe space. The outside world is scary.
你怎么了？你为什么每次都算这么慢？你比较细心吗？还是你的处理器比较单一？你的 CPU 是单核的，有人是双核，有人是四核的。
And Trog has been on a warpath today. They have just been getting so many kills and defending so many different positions in these circle edges that they've been on, and I like it because we've been wanting to see more action from Trog. And to be fair to them, even in games that we haven't really watched them at, they're still accruing points, right? They're still just getting kills, being aggressive. Even though the placements aren't there, the kills are definitely propping them up in the 9th right now and potentially higher.
I just want to point out for everybody that doesn't have the map stream open, you can kind of see the lay of the land here with this high view. Just to the north, though, it is mostly Spam as well as Decimate that have control over a big section.
我不知道你们记不记得直线方程式 L1 和 L2。
Spam is trying to
如果有2个直线方程式
they're kind of running a 2-1-1. It looks like they're going to finally break into this as the circle is starting to close. Their pathing is pretty good inside of this. Really just Decimate the closest one to them, and the weakened Elevate that we kind of saw.
如果有2个方程式，
like the scouting in. Where's the circle going to go?
这2个方程式代表2条直线。
kind of like, I guess, bouncy
复习一下这个观念哦。
那
这2条直线呢，如果不平行，它就一定会有个焦点。直线不平行会有一个焦点。那这个焦点呢，我们如果要去求 通过这个焦点的一些直线方程式，这里每一条曲线都是通过这个焦点的直线。这些直线呢有一个共同的特征，它呢会是把 L1 和 L2 用某个 K 倍结合起来之后，然后等于0的一个特性。我们把通过它们2个直线焦点的这种所有的方程式，直接把它称为 L1 和 L2 的直线系、直线组，就是它们的家族，它就有一个特征。你们记得应该有隐约记得这件事情，可以吗？可以记得吗？
How much smoke down inside that hole would be illegal in most of the states?
我们以前有证过，但现在你大概忘记了为什么会这样子。我也还给我自己，因为我已经想不起来当时是怎么证的。我只记得
They're coming out and they know nothing.
是这样子。
如
果这个方程式的系数是 x a
decimate here, they're just going to drive right by Sonics in the middle. Where are they going to stop though?
加 c
Okay, I mean this is
然后这个是 A2
where they were, so hats off to Fumba, but they have Sonics behind them that is about to have sidelines.
那
And they're also
这个
in a
点
dip
呢
where nades can be, but
就
I
是
don't
必须
really
同
think
时
there was
符
a
合
better
这两
play
个
for
方程式
Fumba
的
unless
点。
they wrap wide.
那我们要保证这个
Oh my
写出来的直线组，它不管是经过几个 k 倍的调整，那 k 倍就是会去调整这些角度，就是不管它是哪一条直线，透过一个 k 的系数来调整。那不管它怎么调整呢，你都必须要把这个 x y 带入符合方程式才行。故那一个 x 0跟 y 0就是会创造出这两个
shockingly have one of the better positions in the circle
x
now.
0跟
I am astounded.
y 0
I can't
加
believe what I'm
c
seeing right now.
等
I've
于
never
0
seen
的一
this.
个恒等式和 a2 x 0
I know.
加
Everybody
b2
loves the
y 0
Sonics. Well,
加
except for those of
c2
you that
等于
don't.
0 的
So
恒
we're
等
going to go ahead and do a
式。
quick listen.
那我们要写
and
出
see what their strategy
让
is
这
for
两个
these
恒等
last
式
couple
带入
seconds.
都一定等于0的那个的样子，就是不要改变那个恒等式的样子，就直接写下来，就是这个是 a1 x 加 b1 加 c1 去加上 k 倍的 a2 x 加 b2 y 加 c2 等于0。那你把 x 0跟 y 0带入的时候，这个就一定会等于0，只是 k 倍在那边调整它的其他结合起来的样子而已。就是它结合起来看是加上几倍了，它就会结合出不同的角度。什么型？当然，k 如果等于0的时候，就是完全是 L1。K 如果等于0，就完全是 L1。但 这个形式只是不能写出纯粹的 L2而已，除了纯粹的 L2，它其他形式都可以呈现。那平面图就有点类似这个观念。平面图呢，就是两个平面的交界。那这两个平面的交界呢，会有一些 x y 符合这两个平面，符合这两个平面。那你要创造出符合这两个平面的 x y 的样子，然后又要恒等式，那就会是一样的概念。
I mean, they just got dogpiled, right? Everybody was
平面组
It's not fair.
我有10000方程式和E2方程式。10000方程式 A1 x 加 B1 y 加 C1 z 加 2y 等于0。E2 方程式 A2 x 加 B2 y 加 C2 z 加 2y 等于0。平面组。两个平面的交线，它们交界处是一条直线，这条直线上有许许多多的 x， 许许多多的 y， 许许多多的 z， 这些许许多多的 x 跟许许多多的 y 还有许许多多的 z 的组合，都要符合这个形式。加平面组介绍完了，这在145页。K 注意 ，K 一放在方程式比较简单的一方，这是他的建议。大家看到他的建议了吗 ？K 无解，则表示两平面平行。K 等于0，则表示两平面。等一下 ，K 无解表示两平面。平行吧？不，平行，重叠到无限多解。你应该没想错了 ，K 等于0就是两平面。K 无解表示什么
？Such a ballsy res to go
1、2
with this. Now it's going to have to just move. And last member up was trying to hold an outside angle into this, and now he's just going to have to leave. But guess what? LG's like, hey, we'll take those kills. We appreciate that. Good work, Spam. We appreciate all of your effort. And Kickstart now starting to get an idea. He's got himself a flood toy in his hand. It's just a matter of figuring out where they just need to drop that nade, and as the smokes go away,
yeah, they knew.
Not going to be hard.
As soon as that nade hit the smoke, you saw, I believe it was Kick just turn around. He's like, yeah, they're dead.
K 等于0则表示10000。K 等于0表示10000。
Managed to hold this split
哦，我知道为什么 K
No one's really come
无
to
解
crash
表
them
示1-2。
beautifully, and they now find themselves with the shack. But the hill, in my opinion, is the better position here. Yes, they don't have center necessarily, but
可是你们可能不太能够接受，就是
it's just
等于0
they have so
等于
much
0的时
control
候呢，
over
如
the
果
rest of the
如
circle
果
now,
符合
given that they
1
have
和
nothing
E2
to
加
worry
起来
about to watch
是
their
平面
backs.
图，要通过他们的
Entire
交线
hillside
嘛。
belongs to them.
这个平面有一个交线，这条交线的，你要通过它，然后你完全不使用 K， 就是 K 等于0的时候，你就是完全1嘛，就是 E1 有通过这条线对吧？E1 有通过这个，然后还有一种通过的方法就是各式各样的直接 K 属于 R， 但是呢，在 K 属于 R 之中 ，K 是任意数怎么可能会无解，对不对？那什么叫无解？对于任意数的无解就是 K 到无限大或负无限大去，它是无限大或负无限大。那在它无限大或负无限大的情况之下呢，你这个倍数就会被这个无限大放大到无数多倍。那放大到无限多倍之后，这个东西不管它是什么样子，加上这个无限多数的倍数之后，它最终对它来说，这个比例根本就不重要，所以它就会不成比例，就好像大海中的一颗小水滴，根本就没有它存在的空间，它不会造成任何影响，所以它的系数就等于被无视掉，所以它就会完全变成E2，听得懂吗？K 属于 R 嘛，这样明白吗？你在沙漠之中，然后就是完蛋。但是呢，如果它没有，就是你根本就是一个桌面上，然后你有一粒沙，它就很显眼。这就是无限大的概念了，然后就这样子了。所以如果 K 解不出来，因为 K 明明是属于实数，怎么会解不出来呢？解不出来的情况就是它是无限大的，无限大或负无限大。故，那就表示它是 E2。然后表示现在通过这条直线的是 E2 本能如果它是0的话，然后现在你要描述的是E1 本能。那记得我们的目的是什么？写出通过他们这2个交线的其他平面方程式，这是平面组的概念，就这样子。那我觉得第一个建议最好用 ，K 移放在较简单的一边。好不好？那如果你要写的话，应该还好。你们学校有这种题目吗？没有，但是知道概念就好。因为学校不强调这个概念。来，我们来教2面角。现在几分
？Sometimes it sucks to be popular, and in this case, shooting deal is
10点是什么
？Feel in that moment,
10点哦。
Pushing on one side, Troglodius on the other side, and it looks like they're about to put it at the exact same time. Finally, Troglodius goes down, but
完全教不完，还好有人考完。你们考到哪？
They can turn their attention into a 10-kill LG, and it is a 2v3. Godspeed.
It was a 2v3 indeed. Trog unfortunately not letting STK do what they want to hold LG.
好，我们就讲到距离。
Look, now it's a 2v1. It's just down to Penta, but shoot to kill did exactly what they wanted to. Wait a second.
那不急，那我们就5配3就可以。
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
5配3自己读。5配3你都听得懂吗？学校老师讲。
No, but what a play and good again.
2面角是什么？
Wonderful comms from STK to realize, look, LG probably has this right. At this point, we've lost one in the rotation to try to consolidate.
好，休息一下再来讲吧。
Let's just try to get rid of Trog and survive to second place. They did.
好，那你们加油。休息一下再来讲2面角。
3,200 damage, Matt.
Man.